If you pick up a historical fiction novel set in India, odds are that it's going to be set close to or around the date August 15, 1947. It's an important date. But the challenge for the author is, how do you make your literature stand out from other books? What are you going to show us that hasn't already been shown? Independence by Chitra Banerjee Divakruni follows three sisters, Priya, Deepa and Jamini, who are living together in rural Bengal, close to what will soon be the border with East Pakistan, later day Bangladesh. Priya wants to follow in her father's footsteps and to be a doctor, but she's a woman and society doesn't agree with her goals. The various universities stand in her way, make things intentionally harder, and she dreams of going to America and studying. Except that she is in love with a man who feels honoured bound to stay and look after his relatives. Deepa is also in love, but she's in love with a Muslim. And there aren't too many people in a Hindu society that celebrate a love match between a Hindu and a Muslim. Jamini is the glue of the family. She is a quilt maker and she is also in love, but silently. Silently because she's in love with Priya's man. This is a woman-focused story of partition, and it is effortlessly feminist. We have three distinct women with their own goals, their own personalities, and these three women will really shape this story. It's 1947. The women aren't the only thing that will shape the plot. But let me ask you a question then. Why is this novel called Independence and not Partition? Independence and Partition are commonly used names for the same event, but Partition carries with it the idea of violence with displacement. Partition represents trauma. Independence is favoured by those who want to look back at this moment as historic, as the birth of a new nation. Independence represents freedom. But a country isn't the only thing that can gain independence. It isn't the only thing that can be petitioned. Humans can gain independence. Families can be petitioned. In many ways, this is the story of India reflected in the story of these three sisters. Each woman gains her independence in a different way throughout the novel. Each woman grapples with societal expectations, with the patriarchy. Jamini wants to run her own business. Priya to be a doctor, to be educated. Deepa, poor Deepa. Society doesn't disapprove of her because society doesn't know. Deepa is a woman who is isolated, without support. She is not just a woman, but a Hindu. And what can she do when she is surrounded by Muslims and she gets hit? But it is Priya who steals the show. It is Priya who every time the chapter ends, you hope is the subject of the next chapter. Her determination to be educated, to be a doctor, to go to America, to make the hard choices, to not let things stand in her way. Priya is the best character in this book. It is her resilience. It's not that Priya doesn't feel pain. It's not even that she endures and keeps going. It's not that she gets up with gritted teeth. She continues with sorrow. She lets things hurt her and then she gets back up and keeps going, experiencing the sorrow, keeping it with her. It's really empowering. She is such an easy character to support. And when her sisters say things like, "I hope I don't die next chapter," you're like, whatever. Priya will turn up to your funeral. She'll cry, but I want her. I want her to be the subject. I want her to become a doctor. And Jamini is probably the weakest of the three sisters, but her storyline involves a businesswoman struggling to cope with the stresses of everyday pressures of her business. Her struggle with mental health, not being understood by the society around her, the societal expectations and the clashes of mental health. It is perhaps most clear in Jamini's questions. We can see what Chitra Banerjee is writing about. We can see what she is doing. She's not just reflecting on a historical India. She is criticizing a modern India. And in Jamini's case, the availability of health services. The plot for this novel is exciting. The characters are sublime. The setting, honestly, I find it very hard to think of a better setting than 1947 India or Pakistan. The writing, it's like vanilla and mango ice cream that has just reached room temperature, but still holds its shape. Scoffable. Themes of feminism, of country, of family, of belonging, and of course, independence. This novel is everything you want in a historical fiction, and I really recommend you go out and buy yourself a copy. I really just enjoyed getting lost in this fun novel. Fun is the wrong word. Fun if there is something wrong with you. Another Indian novel I really loved is Meena Kamdasami's novel When I Hit You. Click here in the top left hand corner to watch that video, and make sure you subscribe to this channel. You never know when I've got mango and vanilla ice cream free for my subscribers. That's never going to happen. Bye bye.